hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Factorio Megabase. Now, a little bit of housekeeping first. If you watch these as they come out at least, you may have noticed that I've been unpresent for the last couple of weeks. I've been struck down with a bit of an illness, but I think I feel well enough to start recording again, so here we are. Right, so I've done a little bit of work since the end of the last episode here. Let's start off with the obvious thing. I have a death box. I haven't died yet. But, so it's just got my single pistol in there. Every time I die, I will put my pistol in there, and that will just keep track of how many times I have died. Over here, I've set up a little bit of refined concrete production. Very, very slow, as you can see. I don't have much in there at all, and the water is just coming in straight from barrels. And in fact, one thing I am missing is just a box to keep in that. But otherwise, this should keep going. I'll just need to periodically refill it with iron ore and water barrels. The water barrels I have, just up here. It's exactly the same kind of setup, actually, just in reverse, to fill water barrels. Anyway, what else have I done? This little bit of spaghettiness is new. The idea is to get circuits, steel, gears, and stone bricks down to... Oh, that's where Okay, your Z layering is wrong there, Factorio. Actually, I was going to say your Z layering's wrong, but that might be the mod that's causing that issue, because remember, that's a modded item. Anyway, that's just how the iron sticks get up for the concrete. This is what I was aiming at. So, to my mall area, I've added pump jacks. So, let's grab... No, in fact, I don't need pump jacks, because I already did that, but I will grab some oil refineries. Other than that, I think I'm fairly stocked up. Actually, there was one other thing I wanted to add. Chemical plants. Didn't I already add pump jacks to a bus? I meant to add refineries and chemical plants, not refineries and pump jacks. Well, I guess we've got pump jacks as well. What does a chemical plant need? Steel, gears, pipes, and circuits. So, we've got steel, gears, circuits, and pipes. So if I just move that a bit, so that pipeline will then continue along there. In fact, let's just say we don't need to do that at all, and just have this one feed straight into a box. Okay, that can come along there, and then we just need these to peek around the back. We'll put pump jacks, not pump jacks, the other ones, chemical plants. And they need a bit of steel, a bit of circuits, a bit of gears. And they can output into a box, which I will limit. You need some power, though. There you go, have some power. Oh, and you also need these guys. Okay, you're working, you're getting everything. Circuits are a bit slow. Yeah, not a great deal I can do about that. Okay, so today's task. I want to get oil set up and done, and I want to set up some, or at least a coal train to go and get that bit of coal. Where's my original base? Yeah, so we've certainly got enough for power for the moment. We're actually doing alright on power, using about half of... Well, actually, that's close to a third of what we actually can make. But yeah, it's not going to last forever, and not everything... I lied. Everything is still fueled as far as smelting goes, but instead of having the one full line coming in, we've got... How much is actually coming in? Slightly more than a half a line, which in turn is being split towards the bus and the smelting. Some science, let's do that. If we do advanced electronics, that means we can... what was the one I wanted? The stack inserter, which I don't actually want just yet. What I want is that one. No, that one. The normal stack inserter capacity bonus. Because that will effectively double the throughput of my inserters. Anything else we need at this point? I don't think so. Chemical science pack. Why not? Alrighty then. So, where shall I get started? Let me start planning out my oil area, I think. Alright, so we're down here. I've cleared away some trees. Now, how do I want to do this? Well, let's get some of these set up. How should I ratio this? Actually, I know I did a whole video on this. What is the proper ratio?
Multiply our fractional ratio by 20 and we get our final result. 20 oil refineries performing advanced oil processing, 5 chemical plants performing heavy oil cracking, and 17 chemical plants performing light oil cracking.
Alright, so we'll do the same kind of thing that, I always do. Because change is evil and all of that. I'll grab these guys. Stick some power there. Okay, so that is 1 unit of oil refining. So 1, and we want 20 of these. 2, 3. Alright, so they're all done now. Now we need 5 heavy to lights and 17 light to petrols. So let's come back over this side and set that up. How do I want to do this? Let's have a think. Well, firstly, let's get my unit set up. So we'll do the same kind of jobby there with that and that and that. I can't actually do the cracking yet, of course. Oh, you'll want some power as well. Being greedy like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so the most of that is filled in now, although I did run out of pipes. So what I'll do, that is the section for the 5 heavy crackers. So I'll get that stuck down. I'll go and pick up some more pipes and then I will be back. And there we go. Oh, nearly. Come on, you done yet? No, you're done. Okay, so now these need to be hooked up in the relevant places. So let's start from the right to do that. Do as much as I can over this side. Okay, so this one here will be water. So I actually already have a pump, and yeah, that one can come from there. Okay, the oil of course will come in from the south. Now every time, I think it's the one on the right that takes in water, but I will have a quick look. Yes, indeed, water comes in on the right. Let me just do a bit more research to keep things going in the meantime. Just concentrating on the red and greens only. Okay, so water comes in on the right. So this one here is also water. And pump. Water. Okay. Now, this one here is light oil, as is that one there. So these should match up like every other one. So I'll hook them up thusly. Well, every other refinery, that is. I think it works out as every 3 crackers. That's just to help avoid oil getting stuck where it doesn't want to be. Okay, the water can actually continue. You know what? Yes, I'm moving that whole thing to save myself a pipe. And actually, I don't know what I was doing with the outputs there. I was not paying attention because they only have, of course, one output. So that was a bit of a waste of time. Okay, so heavy oil will come out of here. And the heavy oil also... I lied. Light oil comes out of there. So I also want to feed that into... Need to be a bit more careful about that. See, if I bring that down there. Like that. That should work. Can't have this one over to the left, otherwise it'll interfere with the water. Okay, so that's all the light oil hooked up. The heavy oil, that comes out. Do these line up anywhere? Here. 1, 2, 3. That's where the heavy oil comes out. Then, of course, I need to hook this lot up. Whoops. Probably doing this a little bit early, considering as I don't actually have the cracking yet. But, yeah. It's better to be prepared, in my opinion. Okay, and then over this side, we will have 3 oil fractions. So that is heavy oil, that is light oil, that is petroleum gas. Heavy oil, light oil, petroleum gas. So there's a couple more bits to do. I do want a pump leading in there, so let's just give that some power. Whoops. And you can come from there, I think. Okay. Right, now in theory... Well, I should connect those two up. In theory, all we need to do is connect this to power and everything should turn on. Or at least the refinery should turn on. Shall we give it a go? Okay, there they go. They are turning on. They are all working, and petroleum gas is indeed filling up. Oh, I did miss one thing. I haven't actually given this petroleum gas a way to get out, so I'll do that. There we go. That should just feed it back into here. That is filling up nice and quickly. That doesn't tell me anything useful though. Okay, now are these ones at the end working properly? That's very wobbly, but it seems to be working. Okay, how are things going down at this end? You seem to be having trouble working. Maybe one pipe isn't enough to get all of this out. Okay, so I might need to rework the oil pumping area, the pump jack. Might need to rework that a little bit. But we have some petrol, and that is just going up. One thing I can do, strictly speaking not necessary I think, but just to avoid sort of wasting any petrol going the wrong way up there, I'll do that. That should take all of the petrol out of that line. Okay, water seems to be doing fine. This guy is still getting enough oil. Good. Alright, let's go and have a quick look down at the oil pump jack area just to make sure that I can fix it and supply enough actual oil, or as much as possible at least. Okay, I think because it's actually backed up at the other end by the time I got here, this isn't quite the demonstration I wanted it to be. But what I will do, that's a silly place to put that, I will give this guy another way to get in. In fact, that is also a silly place. If I give this a way to get into this tank up there, that should help even out the load a little bit. And I could probably do something similar down here. If I just take off the bottom and allow it to feed into the sort of bottom left tank there. Just to help ease the load coming through this pipe. So these four will fill as quickly as possible, and then this one has a pump taking out of it. Alright, a little bit more research to do. Some more red and greens. Yeah, I'll just keep going through them. How are we for pollution? Fine, and I'll need a radar and some lights there. Excellent. Okay, so that is oil ready to go, basically. We're not doing anything with the petrol yet, but we should have a nice big supply of that. Actually, it hasn't backed up. Oh, that's the wrong kind of pipe. There we go. Turn all those back on. How's this coping now? Pump speed. Yeah, that's increasing. 400 per second. I'll keep an eye on it. But I think that should be okay. 22,000. Yeah, it's creeping up. 23,000, there we go. Alright, so now, as I said, the next thing I want to work on is a little bit of a train network. Oh, we've already done that already. Okay, we've got no red and greens left to do, so let's keep working through red, green, greys. Oh, that's a red, green, blue. Any more red, green, greys? Down there. Okay, that'll keep us going for now. Yes, trains. Ordinarily, I think this would be sort of long enough for an episode, but, you know, it's been a little bit of time since my last episode, so extra special treat for you. Alright, so, where's my car? Where is my car? There it is. Okay, I just came back to look at the concrete production because I wanted to give this death box area a nice background. I had missed putting this inserter in, so this wasn't getting any bricks, but that is there now. So if you've been screaming at me since the beginning of the episode, you know, you can calm down now. Right, I want to stock up on train stuff, I think. Actually, before I do that, let's organize some stuff down here, I think. If I can remember how to. Okay, so I've done a little bit of organizing there, and you can see I've just got the one bar at the bottom now, so I've got a little bit more space to see things, because space is good, and YouTube is a visual medium and stuff. And I've got myself so far 3 different bars. I've got one for building manufacturing areas like on the main bus, and I will update that to red belts, blue belts, green inserters, that kind of thing as the time comes. I have one here for oil stuff, because eventually I'm going to be needing to build oil bases and stuff, and although I guess I've just done the main oil base. This one here is going to be my building train station thing. So I've got, well, firstly all the rail stuff, and at stations obviously you need to load or unload trains, and on all 3 of them they all require power. So 1, 2 and 3, they've all got the same power items at the end. Alright, so let's stock up. I believe the colloquial term is yoink. Okay, so I've come over to here where I think makes sense for me to have my train drop-off area. because, you know, if that's my smelting area, I'm going to want to drop off my materials here. I've moved over a little bit to the left because, you know, I've still got 2 massive deposits there in the way at the moment, but eventually they'll dry up and be replaced entirely with train stations. Oh, you know, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I've decided to get rid of those trees. Okay, so now we're just doing coal to start off with, but again I want it the same kind of modular style so I can easily expand it to other materials later. So let's design me a train network. I must admit I'm a little bit nervous about doing this because by far my most popular video is my train tutorial, and I just know I'm going to make a mistake and have, you know, hundreds of people screaming at me about it. Right. What am I even looking over there for? I don't know. Okay, so we're going to go single-headed trains. So, yeah, let's just put a stop there, see what happens. Okay, and I'm going to go for 1... Don't want to go for 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2... In fact, you know what? Just because I just want to mess with people's heads on this. Oh, hello. That's what my trains are going to be like. There's certainly, as far as I know, there's absolutely no reason why the locomotive has to be at the front. So deal with it. Okay, it's going to be a black train for my heart. No, for coal. And the station as well will be black. Okay, and we want to take out some stuff and buffer it. And I may or may not have 6, 6 or 36. No, I do have enough of these. Wasn't sure if I had enough inserters on me. Oops. I don't have enough to do the station at the other end, but we'll get to that. Okay, let's power this up. And belts. Now, hang on. Let me go fetch some power, because I want to check something. Okay, so that's good. So these ones here are correct. And no, I do like the number 4 better, so I'm going to do another one as well. Okay, so we've got 4 of them coming up, and then coming down. Can I just flip that? So if I put something in there... Yeah, no, that does actually work. So we'll get 3 inserters for each side of a belt. Now, we'll need to fuel the train, of course. I'm going to just be very cheeky about how I do that, because this happens to be a coal station. I'm just going to do that. And am I exactly right with this? Yeah, it'll do. Okay, so I'm not sure. I keep changing my mind about how I want to do things. Okay, firstly, let's move that, because that's in the way. You can go there now. Okay, and then belts thusly. So at this stage, this is nowhere near enough to give me 8 belts of coal, but, you know, one can dream. Where did that... There was another signal on the belt, wasn't there somewhere? Oh no, I think I picked it up. Okay. And in fact, because that's going to need to curve off somewhere. Okay, so I've put I've put an extra little bit of rail in there just for the purpose of extensibility, I guess. And here we go. What is in no way, shape or form 8 belts of coal. So, because of that, let's mix it down. Okay, so that little bit of monstrosity there is, I think, an 8 to 8 balancer. Essentially, it's 2 4 to 4 balancers, and then each of the outputs, they get mixed with a line on the other 4x4. So that should work. However, after all of that, I don't even want that many lines. So there you go, down to 2. Okay, one of these lines I want to feed straight into... I hate it when that happens. Straight into the smelter. So that wants to come along this way, up under there. And for now I'll just join it in with that one. Also we've got a little bit more research to do. Okay, we've got one more research to do. We should get to work on blue science pretty soon. And in fact, remember this accepts 2 lines. So I can just do that. And then the other line just wants to go like directly underneath it actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to split this line. That becomes unnecessary. And then I'm going to do 1, 2. With this kind of thing going on. So this one gets split and then merged with each of these 2 lines coming in. But I'm going to give priority to... That's not what I want to do. I want to give input priority from the right and input priority from the left. So this coal line is basically only used in emergencies. Alright. Okay. A little bit of signaling to do here. Nothing fancy, of course. That'll do it. Okay, do we want a train waiting area as well? Stupid train with the thing at the back. Probably. For now, though, let's just get this thing running, I think. Okay, so we'll have these coming down. Let's do a kind of T-junction-esque kind of thing. So 1, 2, like that. Okay, we'll do right-hand drive or left-hand drive. I think I normally do left-hand drive, so let's do right-hand drive for a change. Let's see how this works. Okay, we'll signal this up, so train signals before and in the middle of a junction, before every cross. Rail signals after, so that wants to be one of them. We need one there as well. And whoa, you're wrong, you're wrong. Because you're coming out this way. Ah, okay. We need to start curving you a little bit sooner. Does that give you enough space for a rail signal there? Yes, it does. And, oops, that's not a signal. One there. One there, one there. I think... I think that one does actually want to be a chain. Yeah. I think the rest of that's okay though. Yeah, it looks good to me. I'm sure someone will complain at my design in the comments. Oh, I turned that off, didn't I? That's the wrong button. Go and pick them up. Okay, so we'll just copy that, plonk it down there as well, and hook up these bits. Except no, we can't copy that down. Duh. Because these are both entering the rail network junctions. Her bloody duh. Okay, so you actually want to come out and hook onto that side. Okay, let's give this one a try. Can I do any more? Yeah, that is all requiring blue science now. Alright, so signaling here. So this one coming across wants a chain there and a chain there. Coming in from this side. That wants to be a chain, that wants to be a chain. And a rail signal there. And rail signal there and there. And I think that's actually all we need. Oh, we need one there as well. I think that's all we need for that. Looks good to me. Again, someone will complain. It's what people do. Okay, and this is 5 long, so I just put one there, and oh, we've already got one there. Okay, that looks good to me. So now we just need to get this to the coal deposit, which is all the way over there. Here we are. So I've run out of some stuff. I've got one signal left, no big electric poles left, but we are here at the coal. So let me go back. I will go and pick up the stuff, and then we'll build our mining outpost. Okay, so just coming back here, this up here means this has run out of water. So we'll take those barrels and we'll just pop them into this bit up here. This one doesn't take long at all for them to go through. So by the time we've stocked up on stuff, that should be full of water barrels that we can put in to continue making concrete. Huh. You know what I don't have on my mall? Mining drills. Plates, gears and circuits. Okay, that's running full time. Alright, anything else I need for outposting? Don't think so. Alright, let's wait until some of these are built up then. Are those water barrels finished yet? Probably. In fact, let's go and do that. Told you. There we go. That looks a bit nicer. Whoops! No one saw that. Alright, here we are. Let's build an outpost. I have put down a radar over here just so we can see what's going on, because I'll want something quite similar to this actually. So, yoink, I guess. Sure. Guess we forgot to stack up on rails as well. God damn it. Right, there we go. That's the actual station bit done. Now we need to load the station. And there we go. Alright, so that is me a coal outpost. Can't get in. Now, that was an interesting word. Most of my base has kind of shut off. It's not really doing much at the moment. Got a few gears being made there because I just picked up some miners, and this stuff's working because I picked up some of that, and this stuff's working because I crashed into that box and destroyed all of the train stations I had. But for the most part, you can see everything is backed up. Like even the coal is backed up at the moment. That's because we're not doing science. Next episode, when we start doing some blue science, that will all change. So I'm not sure how much of a drain on power this is going to be. But let's switch it on and see what breaks first, really. Okay, nothing's flashing there, so that it is all hooked up. That's good. Okay, while that filters through, I'm aware there's a base quite close here, so let me go and take care of that. I haven't died yet. It was much easier with a car. Alright, ow. So, ow. Let's get out of the rocks and watch where I'm going. I am also going to defend this area, so I've bought some turrets and some extra bullets as well. So, there we go. So I've got enough bullets to fully stock 10 turrets. So I shall do that. There's one. And a couple more on the right, because I think that's where they're going to come from the most. So 9, 10. And we'll just completely fill them. There we go. Right, so now all that really remains to be done is to turn on the train. So let's do that and watch this, Frankenstein monstrosity do its thing. So I've got the two station names. Let's switch them on so we can see what's what. Got base coal drop off and coal outpost 1. So it'll be very simple. It'll go to base coal drop off until you are empty and inactivity of 5 seconds to make sure it's fueled as well. In fact, you can even bump that down to like 2 seconds. Then we go to the coal outpost 1 until you are full. Go! Okay, apparently you want to go around the loop first to get to the base, but that's fine. Ah, they've changed how that works, I think. That's interesting. I thought it was the locomotive. Okay, well, you learn something new every day. Even though my most popular video is a bloody train tutorial, I get the trains wrong. So, alright. You go there. Copy, paste, get rid of that. So that's not going to work. I need you there. Alright. You go there, copy, paste. I'm gonna have to rethink my whole station design. That's what happens when you mess around. Oh, alright. You know what? We'll do it the boring way. If I can. Hang on. Got really excited about having a stupid train like that. I think I might have to shift all of this gubbins over by 1 though, because of the way the train tiles work. Yeah. Alright, so I put that there. If I move all of that... No, I'm going to need to cut and paste. All of that over by 1. all of that over by 1. Stick a few boxes down there because I'm going to have a hell of a lot of coal on me. Okay, that should now be sorted, so let's make sure that's in the right place. Yes and no. Because I forgot to actually put that at the front, because we're doing this the boring way now. But other than that... Oh, yeah, I should actually give you some coal. Okay. Are you in the right place now? Yes. Okay. Alright, where's my car? Down there. Oh, let's fill in this section as well. Pick up the car. Actually, can I pick up the car? No. Okay, let's drive the car. Ow. What even was that? Let's go and meet the train at the drop-off point. Okay, so, yeah, same mistake here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to have to shift everything. So, firstly, let's just move the train out of the way. How should we do this? First, let's pop that down. Let's just go... Cut. Okay, so I'll let the bots keep doing that thing. Similarly, we want to change this thing at the end here. So that's no longer a fueling at the back. We're fueling at the front instead. And there we go, almost. There we go. Okay, so I think that's everything moved over to where it needs to be. Let's turn the train back on, see if it works. Space coal drop off. I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed that it works the way it does with the train at the back. There you go, everything's working. I'm disappointed that I got it wrong. Did they change it? A part of me is sure that it used to work like that, where you needed the station at the back if the locomotive was at the back as well. Alright, well this all seems to be working. Let's follow it through, make sure it does that. Oh, there goes the train to get the next batch. How are we doing for pollution up there? It's a big one. There we go. Alright, also, how's that doing to power? That's interesting. Why is it jumping like that? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, that is now a thing that is happening. We have some oil set up and ready to go. I don't think... Yeah, I didn't put a light over here. Shall we go and put a light over there? Also, where's my car? There. Where's the train? Oh, it's on its way over there to pick up more. So, yeah. Hopefully this was a little bit of a longer episode for you to help make up for the, oh! Give me something to do during my outro. Yeah, to make up for the little bit of a gap while I was unwell. I do hope you are all staying safe and healthy and all of that. I don't really have any news, seeing as my actual last video was a news video. If you didn't watch that, if you only watched my Factorio videos, the Cliff Notes version is I have a new intro and outro, as you have and are just about to see. Some Discord and Patreon news, links in the description to support me that way. Also, YouTube memberships are now open. What else was there? Oh, and I have a new series coming up at some point in the near future, Factorio Academy, which will be a series of tutorials, basically. Same kind of style as the Absolute Basics videos, but shorter, so you don't have to sit through an hour and a half of something to get to the bit you actually need help with. So I will leave it there. In the meantime, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.